Rohan was a teenager who loved his computer. He spent many hours playing online games. In these games, he was a hero, a soldier, or a powerful wizard. He explored vast digital landscapes and teamed up with other players from all around the world. Beyond the world of gaming, Rohan was also very active on social media. He had accounts on several different platforms. He used these platforms to chat with his school friends and his gaming buddies. He shared funny pictures, interesting videos, and updates about his life. He enjoyed seeing what his friends were up to and feeling connected to a larger community. His phone buzzed constant new notifications, messages, and friend requests. For Rohan, the internet was a place of endless fun and friendship. He believed he was smart about how he used it. He knew not to share his password and was careful about what personal information he posted publicly. He felt he understood the rules of the online world. He had grown up with it after all. The digital space felt as familiar and safe as his own home. One afternoon, while Rohan was checking his messages, something caught his eye. It was a message from an online friend, someone he had played with for months. The message was very exciting. It said there was a special promotion for dedicated gamers. It claimed he could win a brand new top-of-the-line gaming console. This was the exact console he had been dreaming of for months. The message looked official and seemed to come from a legitimate source, making the offer appear incredibly real and too good to pass up. He read the message over and over again, his heart beating faster with excitement. The message contained a link. His friend's message urged him to click it quickly. "You have to be fast. The offer is for a limited time only," it said. Rohan felt a surge of adrenaline, felt a tiny bit of doubt. The offer seemed almost too perfect. He knew he should be careful with links from the internet. However, the message was from a friend he trusted. He had shared many gaming victories with this person. He thought, "My friend wouldn't send me something bad." Without thinking any more about it, Rohan moved his mouse cursor over the link. His excitement completely took over. He clicked on it. The link opened a new web page that looked like a gaming company's official site. It asked him to enter some details to claim his prize. He quickly filled in the required information, believing he was just a few steps away from his dream console. He felt a rush of satisfaction, certain he had just made a brilliant move. He closed the window and waited, imagining the delivery truck arriving with his brand new prize. Potential prize. He was playing another round of his favorite game when his father came into his room. His father did not look happy. In fact, he looked very worried and upset. He was holding his phone and his face was pale. "Rohan," he said, his voice tense and serious. "I just received some strange alerts from the bank." Rohan immediately felt a cold sense of dread. He looked at his father's face and knew that something was terribly wrong. The joy he had felt just moments before instantly vanished. His father explained that a large amount of money had been taken from his bank account. The transactions were unauthorized. They had happened just a short while ago. As his father spoke, Rohan's mind flashed back to the link he had clicked. He remembered the webpage and the information he had entered. The connection between his action and his father's distress became painfully clear. The link was not for a gaming console. It was a trick, a carefully designed trap, and he had walked right into it without a second thought, bringing disaster upon his family. Realization hit Rohan like a physical blow. The gaming console was a lie. The message from his friend was a scam. He had been tricked, and his carelessness had cost his family a lot of money. The weight of his mistake felt enormous, crushing him with guilt and shame. He had not only fallen for a simple trick, but had also compromised his father's financial security. He felt foolish and incredibly irresponsible. The trust his father had in him felt broken, and the thought of the consequences of his actions was almost too much to bear. Tears started to well up in Rohan's eyes. He couldn't hold them back. He began to cry, his body shaking with sobs of regret. The shame was overwhelming. He felt like he had ruined everything. He looked at his father, unable to say anything. In that moment of deep despair, a dark thought crossed his mind. He thought about hurting himself. He felt so worthless and had caused so much trouble that he thought it might be better if he wasn't around. The emotional pain was so intense that it felt like the only way to make it stop was to disappear completely. Seeing his son so utterly devastated, Rohan's father's anger melted away. It was replaced by deep concern. He sat down on the bed next to Rohan and put a comforting arm around his shaking shoulders. "It's okay, son," he said softly. "It's just money. We can sort this out. The most important thing is you." His father's calm and reassuring voice was a lifeline in Rohan's storm of guilt and despair. He looked up at his father, surprised by the kindness he was being shown. He had expected shouting and punishment, not gentle understanding and support. Rohan's father held him close as he cried. He let his son release all the pent-up fear and shame. He didn't rush him or tell him to stop. He just listened. After a while, when Rohan's sobs began to quiet down, his father started to speak in a calm, caring voice. "I know you feel terrible right now," he said, "but this is a lesson for us. Scams like this are designed to trick good people. You made a mistake, but you are not a bad person. We all make mistakes, and we learn from them. That is how we grow stronger and wiser." He then explained more about online safety. He talked about phishing, which is when scammers use fake emails or messages to steal personal information. He told Rohan that these criminals are very clever. They make their messages look real. They prey on people's excitement and trust. "You must always be suspicious of links that promise something that sounds too good to be true," his father advised. "Even if it seems to be from a friend, their account could have been hacked. Always check with the person directly through another method before clicking anything suspicious." The moral of this story is simple and very important. The internet is a wonderful tool, but it has hidden dangers. We must always be cautious. Never click on unknown links or download files from sources you do not completely trust. If an offer seems too good to be true, it probably is. Protect your personal information carefully. By being alert and thinking critically before you click, you can protect yourself and your family from the kind of nightmare that Rohan experienced. A moment of caution can prevent a lifetime of regret and keep your online adventures safe and fun.